The story begins with a shocking lie that shatters an innocent man's life. One moment, Ize was diligently working as a security guard. The next, he was dragged away in handcuffs, accused of a crime he didn't commit. Years passed, his reputation ruined, his future stolen. But what happens when the truth finally emerges? Will justice prevail, or will powerful forces bury the truth again? Let's dive into this gripping tale. Chief Ibuka was a wealthy and influential businessman, known across the city for his riches and power. He had everything: money, respect, and authority, but nothing mattered more to him than his only daughter Enkum. She was his pride and joy, spoiled beyond measure. Whatever Enkum wanted, she got. Servants feared her, and no one dared correct her, knowing Chief Ibuka would always take her side. Enkum's life was easy, but it came with a price: boredom. Confined by her father's rules, she wasn't allowed friends or to go out without a guard. One evening, Enkum stepped onto the balcony, restless and seeking amusement. Her gaze fell on the security post by the gate, where she noticed Ize, the new guard. Unlike the older, weary guards, Ize was young, tall, and strong, his uniform sharp, his movements confident. Enkum's lips curved into a faint smile. "Interesting," she whispered, "an idea forming a dangerous game to pass the time." The next morning, Enkum strolled to the security post, pretending to be on a casual walk. Ize was checking the locks when she stopped beside him. "Good morning," she said sweetly. Surprised, Ize glanced at her. "Good morning, madam," he replied, his voice deep and respectful, before returning to his work. Enkum folded her arms. "Do you know my name?" Ize straightened. "Yes, madam. You are Enkum, Chief Ibuka's daughter." She smiled. "Good. And what's your name?" He hesitated. "Easy," she nodded. "I like that name. It suits you." Ize gave a small nod and continued working. Over the next few days, Enkum made a habit of visiting the security post. At first, she pretended to pass by, then started small talk, asking about his job and background. Ize remained cautious, keeping his responses short and formal. One evening, as he locked the gate, Enkum leaned against the wall, watching him. "Ize, do you have a girlfriend?" she asked, angling her head. He froze, then smiled nervously. "Madam, I'm just a security guard. I can't talk about such things." She stepped closer. "You can talk to me. I like you." Ize's smile faded, his hands tightening around the keys. "Madam, this is not right. Your father has been good to me. Please don't put me in trouble." Enkum's eyes flickered with something dangerous yet playful. "Trouble?" She laughed softly. "I don't cause trouble. I get what I want." She brushed her fingers against his arm. Ize stepped back immediately, his face tense. "Madam, please. This cannot happen." Enkum frowned, unused to rejection. A slow smile returned as she watched him walk away. "We'll see about that, Ize," she said, and the dangerous game began. The next evening, Ize was on duty when he heard footsteps. Turning, he saw Enkum, arms folded, her eyes narrowing. "You're still avoiding me," she said, tilting her head. Ize sighed. "Madam, I'm only doing my work. Please, I don't want any trouble." Enkum stepped closer. "You keep Ibuka. You know exactly what you're doing." "You dared to touch my daughter." Ize shook his head frantically. "No, sir, I swear I never—" "Shut up!" Chief Ibuka shouted. "Take him away!" The officers pushed Ize toward the police van, his legs weak, his world collapsing in seconds. Hours later, Ize sat in the police station's visitation room, his cuffed hands on the cold table. Across from him was Daniela, his fiancée, her face stiff with pain and anger. "So it's true?" she asked sharply. Ize leaned forward. "Daniela, please! You have to believe me. I didn't do anything." She shook her head. "The whole town is talking about you. They say you tried to force yourself on Chief Ibuka's daughter. Do you know how embarrassing this is for me?" As his voice trembled. "It's a lie. I swear on my life." Daniela's lips quivered. "I can't do this, Ize. I can't be with a man like this." She pulled out her engagement ring, placed it on the table, and stood. "It's over." Ize's breath caught. "Daniela, please!" But she walked out, leaving him staring at the ring, his heart shattered. That night, Chief Ibuka sat in his study, deep in thought. Something felt off. Ize had always been quiet, respectful, and hard-working, unlike the kind of man who would commit such a crime. Chief Ibuka rubbed his chin. Could Enkum be lying? He remembered the surveillance cameras around the compound. If there was any clue, it would be there. He opened his laptop and accessed the footage. His eyes widened as he watched Enkum standing too close to Ize, touching his arm, laughing while Ize looked uncomfortable. In another clip, She blocked his path as he tried to step away. Chief Ibuka's heart pounded. His daughter had been harassing Ise, not the other way around. He called Enkim into his study. She walked in, pretending to be composed, but her eyes betrayed nervousness. "Enkim," he said firmly, "tell me the truth. What really happened with Ise?" Her face twisted. "Daddy, I already told you, Don't lie to me." Chief Ibuka slammed his hand on the desk. "I've seen the footage. I know what you did." Enkim blinked rapidly, then dropped her head, shoulders shaking. "Daddy, I just wanted to be free. You never let me have friends or do anything. I was lonely and Ise was always there. I thought he would like me." Chief Ibuka clenched his jaw. "So you destroyed his life because of that?" Enkim wiped her tears. "I didn't mean for it to go this far. I just wanted him to notice me." Chief Ibuka sighed. If people learned his daughter had lied, the scandal would ruin their family's name and his business. He made a cold decision. "We will say nothing. The case will go on. Ise will be convicted." Enkim's breath hitched. "But Daddy—" "Enough." He stood. "This is bigger than you now. We have to protect our name." Enkim lowered her head in silence, and Chief Ibuka looked away, his heart heavy but his mind made up. The courtroom was packed with journalists, lawyers, and onlookers eager to witness the trial that had gripped the town. Ise sat in the defendant's seat, gripping the table, feeling like a trapped animal. Enkim sat beside her father, dressed modestly, her eyes downcast, playing the fragile victim. The prosecutor turned to her. "Miss Enkim, tell the court what happened." She sniffled. "I was walking back to the house when I saw Ise. I greeted him, but then he grabbed my hand." Murmurs rippled through the room. Chief Ibuka placed a protective hand on her shoulder. The judge leaned forward. "And then what happened?" Enkim's voice trembled. "He tried to force himself on me. I begged him to stop, but he wouldn't listen." She wiped fake tears. Ise rose, shouting, "That's a lie!" The judge slammed his gavel. "Order in the court!" As his lawyer pulled him down. "Calm down. This won't help." Ise's chest tightened. Every face in the courtroom judged him. The evidence, Enkim's torn dress and her story, was too convincing. After hours of arguments, the judge adjusted his glasses. "After reviewing the evidence, this court finds you guilty." Silence fell. "You are hereby sentenced to prison." Ise's vision blurred, the world collapsing around him. Chief Ibuka nodded slightly, satisfied that his family's name was safe. Ise was led away in handcuffs, his body weak, his heart broken. Days turned into weeks, and life moved on for everyone except Ise. In his prison cell, he stared at the walls, replaying every moment. One afternoon, a guard unlocked his cell. "You have a visitor." Ise's heart skipped. Who would visit him? Daniela had left, his friends had turned away, and his family was ashamed. In the visitation room, he saw Amara, his childhood friend. Tears stung his eyes as he sat across from her. She smiled gently. "Ise, I know you didn't do it." His throat tightened. "Then why does no one else believe me?" She leaned forward. "Because the truth has been buried, but I will find it, I promise." Ise's breath shook. "It's too late, Amara. The court has decided." She shook her head. "It's never too late. I'll prove your innocence." As the guards signaled the end of the visit, Amara stood. "Hold on a little longer, Ise. The truth will come out." He nodded, clutching her words like a lifeline, feeling hope for the first time since his arrest. 2 years passed, but Amara never forgot Ise. One afternoon, while scrolling through job listings, her heart stopped. A cleaning job at Chief Ibuka's mansion. This was her chance to get close to the family and find proof of Ise's innocence. She applied immediately. Days later, her phone rang. "Miss Amara, you've been selected for the cleaning position. Can you start next week?" Her voice steady, she replied, "Yes, I'll be there." Hanging up, her hands trembled. This was dangerous, but it was Ise's only shot at justice. "Hold on, Ise," she whispered. "I'm coming." Her first day at the mansion was overwhelming. The chandeliers, marble floors, and lavish furniture screamed wealth, but Amara wasn't there to admire it. She was there for the truth. Keeping her head down, she scanned for clues. The security cameras were everywhere if proof existed. It was recorded. One evening, after cleaning the dining area, she noticed a locked door Chief Ibuka study. Glancing around, she tried the handle, but it wouldn't budge. This must be where the recordings are, she thought. She needed a plan. Breaking in wasn't an option yet. Patience was key. As she walked away, she whispered, "I will not fail you, Ise." Amara knew she couldn't do this alone. On her day off, She visited her cousin, Sergeant Nathan, a respected police officer at his station. "Amara, long time," Nathan greeted, leaning back in his chair. "What brings you here?" She smiled, then leaned closer. "I need your help, Nathan, but you have to keep this between us." His smile faded. "What's going on?" She took a deep breath. "It's about Easy. I know he was framed, and I think the proof is in Chief Ibuka's mansion." Nathan's eyes narrowed. "Are you sure?" She nodded. "I'm working there as a cleaner. I've seen how they act. There are cameras everywhere, and I believe the truth is recorded." Nathan tapped his fingers on the desk. "This is serious, Amara. If you're caught, these people won't take it lightly." Her voice was firm. "I know. That's why I need you. If I find proof, I need someone to back me up." Nathan studied her, then nodded. "If you get solid evidence, I'll help, but be careful." Relief washed over her. "Thank you, Nathan. I won't let you down." One morning, Chief Ibuka left his study door slightly open. Amara, carrying a mop, paused, her heart pounding. The hallway was empty. She stepped inside, the air smelling of leather and polished wood. Her eyes locked on the desktop computer likely connected to the CCTV system. Her fingers hovered over the mouse. "This is my chance," she thought, but fear gripped her. If caught, it was over. Peeking outside, she saw no one. Moving quickly, she clicked through folders, her hands shaking. A hidden folder labeled Surveillance Backup appeared. She opened it, revealing video files. Scanning the dates, she selected one from the week before Iza's arrest. The footage loaded, showing Enkum standing too close to Iza at the security post. He stepped back, but she blocked his way. Another clip showed her reaching for his arm, smiling playfully. In a nighttime clip, Enkum waited outside the security quarters, trying to step inside as Iza blocked her path. Her face changed, and she stormed off after whispering something. Amara's heart pounded. Another video showed Enkum in the garden, pretending to cry while Iza stood steps away, shaking his head. Then, she tore her own dress before running toward the house. Amara covered her mouth. "This is it! This is the proof!" She connected her phone to the computer, copying the files. The loading bar moved slowly, every second agonizing. "Hurry up," she whispered. Finally, the transfer completed. She unplugged her phone and turned to leave, but her elbow hit a ceramic vase, which crashed to the floor. The sound echoed like an explosion. Amara froze, hearing fast footsteps. Enkum appeared in the doorway, eyes burning with suspicion. "What are you doing here?" she demanded. Amara forced a smile, holding up the mop. "Cleaning, madam." Enkum's eyes darted to the broken vase. "Why were you near my father's desk?" Amara stepped back. "I was wiping dust." The vase slipped. Enkum folded her arms. "You think I'm stupid? I saw you looking at something. Let me see your phone." Amara's grip tightened. If Enkum got the phone, everything was lost. Taking a deep breath, Amara pulled out her phone but held it up. One move, and this video goes viral. Enkum's expression changed. Amara tapped the screen, showing Enkum blocking Iza's path, grabbing his arm and tearing her dress. Enkum's face paled. "Delete it." Amara shook her head. "I don't think so." Enkum's voice dropped. "How much do you want?" Amara smiled. "You think this is about money? You ruined an innocent man's life. I'm not here to bargain." Enkum's fists clenched. "If you tell anyone, my father will destroy you." Amara stepped forward. "Your father doesn't scare me. I'm taking this to the right people. Iza will be free, and you'll face the law." Enkum's breathing quickened. "Amara, please, let's talk about this." Amara moved toward the door. "We're done talking." As she neared the main entrance, a security guard jumped from the shadows, knocking the phone from her hand. It skidded to Enkum's feet. "No!" Amara shouted, rushing forward. The guard grabbed her, twisting her arms behind her back. Enkum picked up the phone, smiling. "You thought you were smart." She smashed it to the ground, stomping until it was broken. "Now you have nothing." She laughed. "Tie her up." The guards bound Amara's hands and feet to a chair. Enkum leaned in. "Did you really think you could win against me?" Amara, despite the pain, smiled. "Do you think I'm that foolish?" Enkum's confident smile faded. "What are you talking about?" Sirens wailed in the distance. Enkum's eyes widened. "Oh my goodness!" The front door burst open, and police officers stormed in. "Nobody move!" one shouted. The guards released Amara, raising their hands. Enkum stumbled back. "This can't be happening." Chief Ibuka rushed in, his face pale. What is going on? An officer turned to him. Chief Ibuka, you and your daughter are under arrest. His voice shook. Arrest for what? Amara stood, her wrists sore. For ruining an innocent man's life. She turned to Enkum. You think I'm a fool? I sent the video to my cousin, Sergeant Nathan, the moment I heard the vase crash. She pointed at the computer. That's where I got the footage. An officer cuffed Enkum, who screamed, Daddy, do something! Chief Ibuka stood frozen, his face filled with regret. I warned you, Enkum. In court, the judge reviewed the footage and Amara's testimony. The courtroom grew silent with each clip. The truth was undeniable. Eze was innocent. The judge turned to him. This court overturns your conviction. You are free to go. Eze's breath caught. After years of suffering, he was free. The judge addressed Enkum and Chief Ibuka. For falsely accusing an innocent man and obstructing justice, this court sentences both of you to prison. Enkum screamed, No, this isn't fair. Chief Ibuka sat, head bowed, as they were led away. The judge continued. The court orders you to compensate Eze with 50 million naira for the damage to his life. Outside the courthouse, a crowd gathered. Eze stepped into the sunlight, breathing freedom. Amara waited, smiling. You're free, Eze. He walked to her, eyes filled with gratitude. You saved me. She shook her head. I only did what was right. They stood, knowing life had changed forever. Weeks later, Eze was settling into his new life when a knock came at the door. It was Daniela, tears in her eyes. Eze, I made a mistake. Please, take me back. He stared at her, unreadable, then stepped aside. Come in. Daniela smiled in relief, but her smile faded when she saw Amara standing beside Eze. What is she doing here? Eze shook his head. It's too late, Daniela. You left when I needed you most. Amara stood by me. Daniela's lips trembled, tears falling. I love you, Eze. He sighed. And now that I'm free, you suddenly know what to do. Daniela turned and walked away, her shoulders shaking. Amara turned to Eze. Are you sure about this? He smiled. I've never been more sure. A new chapter began, filled with love, hope, and second chances. This story shows that lies can destroy lives, but the truth will always shine. Enkum's false accusation ruined Eze's life, but justice prevailed through Amara's courage. It reminds us to stand for what's right, no matter how hard. What do you think? Was justice truly served?